Okay, I got the camera right there, ready to go. I got my drill right there. But I've been thinking about this for a while, and this may seem trivial, but I'm gonna try to fix this lid. What happens is the thing fills up with water, and then the flies get in here, and then there's maggots, and it's just very unpleasant. So here's how you get this off. This has a hole in it. Just drive a screw in it, and same with the other side. You drive a screw in it and then give it a good yank, and it'll come out, and you can see why it's got this little hump there you got to get through. No big deal. Let me get that screw out of there, get that other pin out, and then we'll go to the shop. And actually, I'm going to hang the camera first, and then we'll go to the shop and see if we can fix this. There's the hole. I'm going to drive that screw in there and then give it a good yank. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Maybe I put my knee up against it. Nah. Okay, it did come out. Just got to give it a good yank. Just plastic. All right. All right, we'll go put that camera up and then go to the garage. Okay, I think what I'm going to try to do is drill a couple of holes on either side, and using these little skinny zip ties, try to pull that crack together. I have another one here, but I don't think that'll be so difficult. And I'm going to use my soldering iron to try to melt this back together. We'll see if that works. And if not, I may just go put a bunch of zip ties here. We'll see. I've also thought about little tiny fence staples, which I have, heating them up red hot, and then shoving them down. Once I get the crack lined up, shoving them down on either side of the crack, and then underneath bending them over. We'll see. I'll try a few things. We'll see what works. All right, I got some of it done. I have a spot here, spot over there, here. I know to most people this is may seem silly, but you don't know the problem we've had. And you know, I could probably get a new trash can, but if you've never dealt with these people, you don't understand why it's much easier to fix the one we have. These are the people, when we first moved here, we got a new trash can. And then later on, way down behind the old house, we found an old trash can that didn't have a lid and no wheels. So I happened to mention it to the town hall that if they did something with these, and they said they would have this company come pick it up. We didn't know when, didn't know anything more, and I was thinking, well, that's an awful lot of work for an old junk trash can that nobody's going to use. So one morning we wake up and we hear beep, 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 beep. And we look out our windows, and this guy is back down our driveway, threw our brand new trash can in the back of his pickup truck, and took off. So I called the people, and they're totally confused. You told us to pick up a trash can. I said, I didn't tell you anything. The town hall said we had an old junk trash can with your name on it. Didn't have a lid, didn't have wheels. And we just moved here. We got a brand new trash can. And instead of taking the junk trash can, the guy took our brand new trash can. Anyway, we went around and around and around, and finally got a new trash can. And it was the actual mayor of the town that had to intervene and get us a new trash can. Or actually, they didn't bring our old can back. They just gave us another new trash can. So about a year later, we have an extra amount of trash. Rarely, but this one time we had 2 trash cans out there. And they only emptied one, and they didn't empty the other. So I put the trash can back out there next week, and again, he didn't empty the second trash can. And I'm thinking, what is going on? So the third time I put both trash cans back out there, and he only emptied one. And I got out there, and I asked him, and the guy was just the biggest jerk you'd ever want to. He got out of the truck mad. An angry man. and yelling, and you're only allowed one trash can. Dude, is it that much trouble to pick? I mean, you don't even get out of the truck. It's this fork that comes out and lifts it up and dumps it in the thing, and then he sets a can down, goes to the next one, which is what happened to this. That guy was so mad that he picked the trash can up, and it went up so fast that it crushed the lid, and that was really something. Well, anyway, that guy didn't last long. I never saw him again after that, and we got a new guy who's a pretty nice guy, and I think if I put our second trash can out there, he would likely just empty it, because we've been here 5 years now, and I've only had a second trash can like 1 or 2 times. But that's why I'm fixing this trash can. I'm not dealing with that company. I'm just glad they come down our road, and they have to back down because it's a dead end. There's nowhere to turn around. So I'm just glad they don't make us drag our trash cans all the way to the end of the road. Okay. So this is what we got. I got to get under there with my hand and push it back up and do that and a couple others. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the inside too, just to make sure. Oh, and this is working great. You know what? I'll see if I got a tripod here. I think I do. I'll stick this phone on a tripod and you can see me do a little bit. All right. So I think you can see this. I think I'll do this right here. I'll take a second for that gun to heat up. Gonna let that cool just a second. All right. Yeah, the rain gets in this trash can and fills it up. And then the big gaps let flies get in there. And you know what flies do on garbage. They lay their eggs, and next thing you know, you got maggots everywhere. And then the stink attracts the raccoons, so it's just a win-win for everybody. this big one, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. I may have to melt some plastic. I have a little torch here, and I may have to melt some plastic on that. Let me do this little one here, and then I'll shut you off, and I'll see if melting some plastic is gonna work. I've got a little torch here. I'm gonna try. If it works, I'll bring you back here in a minute. But let me get this big gap started. Yeah, it's kind of hard to fill these little gaps in when they're that big. You gotta start from further away from the crack and build you a little melted pool of plastic and then push it in the crack. Here, I'll show you. There we go. These aren't bad. The thinner cracks aren't bad at all. This is just an old Craftsman soldering gun. I have a couple others. This one I don't really care about, so I didn't mind trying this out, and it's working. Not far from here, over in Louisiana, a little boy got killed. Real tragic story. It was an accident, you know, in somebody's driveway, so you can imagine what happened. And it was a family member that did it. Well, Thursday there's the funeral, and the family is asking for big trucks and motorcycles to escort the hearse to the cemetery. And if it's not raining, my wife and I are gonna ride our bikes over there and be a part of it. I'm a member of the Patriot Guard, so I mean, I do, you know, funeral escorts anyway for veterans. We hear you. Well, that crack just, there we go. I think I finally got it. Yep. All right, I'm gonna shut you off. I'm gonna get my little torch out, and I'm gonna see if I can melt some plastic onto that big crack. If it works, I'll show you. If not, I'll show you that too. Okay, I think it's gonna work. Probably gonna run out of butane, but we'll figure it out. I think I got some more somewhere. These are zip ties, by the way. Yeah, tell you what, I may have to get a screwdriver, heat this up. That's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna work, but it's gonna take a little finer technique than what I'm using right now. We'll be back. All right, I've done this inside and out. That looks like crap, but it's gonna be a watertight, and that's all I really care about. I did the other side too, the bottom side. All right, let me go stick this back on the trash can. There we go. Okay, another unimportant little task done.